2 minutes between rounds, and it's the rising star of Ukraine, Artem Taynov. A very, very heavy Artem Taynov, moving up from 75 kilos. He is 7 times the Ukraine champion at junior level and the champion of Europe and the world stepping into the pros. Brian Johnson will be a massive test for him, however. The man from Atlanta, USA is a huge middleweight, 6'3", and he drops from the light heavyweight division to pull in the 86 kilogram class. This multiple US national champion and ROTN left-handed champion is the acid test for the young Ukrainian. But you can see by the early demeanour of Artem Taynov, baby-faced Artem Taynov there in the purple shirt, that he doesn't look lacking in confidence now, does he? Artem Taynov, watch for the massive hits, watch for the speed from the young Ukrainian. This guy has made a massive name for himself around the world as an explosive and intense character. And by contrast, the calm and very oh, what a start from Taynov! And he explodes on the replay, look at that! And Brian Johnson is shell-shocked. Taynov hammers the table and hammers Brian Johnson. 1-0 Ukraine, and I can honestly say that Taynov couldn't have done it any quicker. What a start from the man from Ukraine. Awesome start. But the man in the purple shirt, it's a young Ukrainian athlete, the phenom of Ukraine at this point in time. The guy is really making enormous waves on the pro circuit, and that is an indication of why. Taynov smashes it down to the pad. First blood Ukraine. Now Brian Johnson needs to settle something here and get his arm set into the match. And what can you say about that? It's a second massive flash victory for Artem Taynov. How intense is this young man? And how ready is this young man? 2-0 Taynov. Using the speed, using the intensity, the explosivity that he possesses, hammering it straight to the pad at the Dunkenalsh, one of the Mercure Group hotels, and the main sponsor of the Armwrestling Super Series, and we're at their beautiful Dunkenalsh Hotel and Spa in northwest England. The arm wrestler's been enjoying the luxuries of the surroundings, but it's all hardcore at the table, and Artem Taynov is taking over. Just look at this on the replay. Massive hit, takes control of the hand, nonchalantly looks at his opponent, looks at the crowd. A little no, it's me, and a smash to the pad. Taynov taking over. Artem Taynov of Ukraine in total control at 3-0, and now he can't lose this match. And it's a shell-shock, stunned Brian Johnson. The man from America, normally so dominant on this left arm, can just not get in the match at this stage. He hasn't managed to set his power, the power we know he has. Taynov just not allowing him to settle, hammering it to the pad every time. Is Brian Johnson going to be absolutely whitewashed? He needs to do something, and he needs to do it now. This time he stops it. Johnson manages to set the power. Now this could be more interesting, but again, Taynov's power, remarkable. And Taynov showing every angle. He actually let Brian get into his power. Look on the replay, Brian stops it. That extreme flexibility, the American sets the power, but Taynov looks comfortable, protects his hand and wrist, counter-attacks. And Taynov goes to 4, and he couldn't have done it more impressively. The man from Ukraine is in absolute cruise control. You wouldn't imagine, looking at the face of Artem Taynov, that this baby-faced athlete possesses so much venom, so much intensity. He is acid. Taynov in purple, Johnson in yellow from the US, hasn't managed to get in this match at all. This time again, he manages to set the arm. Look at the stress whitening around the elbow. Oh, but it's a beautiful rotation. Absolutely tremendous reversal there to the top roll from the hook from Taynov. Oh, and looked like an elbow foul. Yeah, elbow foul Taynov. And it's a fortunate result that for Brian, because otherwise he was on the pad. I think actually the fact that he was in a flat wrist pushed Taynov off the back of the pad, but he gets a second bite of the cherry, and I think Brian will take anything he can get at this stage. He had actually stopped the match, but ominously, worryingly for him, Taynov just reversed it smoothly. Silky smooth reversal from the hook to the top roll. Went for the pin, came off the back of the pad, receives the foul, and reset the guys up. Taynov looking focused, looking very much ready to hit. Oh! The side pressure, that hurt Brian Johnson. Watch the direct hit here. Johnson tries to top roll, completely slammed sideways by Taynov, and that is a devastating win from the Ukraine athlete. 5-0 the score. Taynov looks so impressive. Johnson nowhere near. Oh, look at this from Taynov. In total control of the hand. He's absolutely dominating, and Johnson knows it. Johnson in the flat wrist press, trying to get himself back, trying to invert his opponent, but it's the tricep press. Artem Taynov, how impressive